Dear law student, what is my biggest regret as a lawyer after having gone through law school? My name is Marco Brown, and I own Brown Family Law in Salt Lake City, Utah. This one's a little tough because I got a couple of regrets. The main one, I think, is that I took out an inordinate amount of money to graduate in finance law school and then graduate from it. I took out $160,000 to graduate from law school. And I wish I had not done that, okay? I did that because I think I thought at the time that I needed to go to a particular type of school in order to do well as a lawyer. That is absolutely wrong. Almost no one cares where you went to law school. Clients almost never ask, they almost never know. They really don't care. And with the exception of very few employers in very selective markets around the United States, no one really cares where you went to law school, okay? I employ lawyers, I've employed a lot of lawyers at this point. And I don't know where half of them went to law school. I couldn't name them, right? I just don't. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is how well they did in law school, because that's correlated to how well they're going to do as an attorney, and then what their character is, right, and how hard they're trying. So I think that's my biggest regret, is taking out all of that money, because it really limited my ability to make choices after that. I had to make choices where to be employed and what to do based on the amount that I owed the federal government after law school. And that's a bad place to be, okay? If you come out with zero debt, you got tons and tons of choices. Money gives you choices, and the less that you have, the more debt that you have, the fewer choices you have. So that's probably my biggest one. It took me, just to let you know, it took me 8 years, okay? 8 years to even pay off $1 of those loans, because I played every trick in the game in order to not pay that off. So I'm accruing interest, but I'm paying as little as humanly possible. And I think after 8 years, I graduated with like $160,000 in debt. I had like $159,000 in debt, something like that, right? I played all the games. So what I can tell you is that my wife and I traded water for 8 years playing these games. It was only when we decided that we were going to get done with that debt and pay it off, and that was the thing we were going to focus on, that we actually paid it off. And we paid it off within a year. Okay, we had a really good year at the law firm. I own my own law firm, so I was able to rearrange some things, but we paid it off in a year. But that was because we focused on it. I think we lived on like $35,000 that year or something like that. It was just pittance, nothing. We had kids at that time. But if I had been smarter about law school and not gotten so caught up in where I thought I needed to go to law school to be successful as a lawyer, I would have picked somewhere else, and I would not have incurred that debt. I would have gone someplace where I got a much better scholarship and minimized the debt as much as humanly possible, or just eliminated the debt altogether. And I would have millions of dollars more than I do right now if I had done that, right? If I'd been intelligent about it. So I think that's my biggest regret coming out of law school. Okay, thank you very much. Until next time.